wholeness. Caption basically says it all. Just a check to see where I'm at and where some of you possibly are at if you're going through the same stuff. Or, as I put in the caption, for those of you who may, need to hear some of these words to help stimulate you and to stop listening to your own. And that's, let me be clear. If you take me the wrong way, that's on you. That's on you. But what I just said sounded fucked up, even coming out of me. You should stop listening to your own words and start listening to mine. It's not that simple. It's just sometimes what I say really is what it is. Sometimes we're our own fuckery. Sometimes we are so deep in our own head, either overwhelmed in situations or overly traumatized, because you can be traumatized and not an overwhelm. Overly traumatized by our own way of thinking that we don't know how to do anything different. Basically self-sabotage. So sometimes when you are deep in your own self-sabotage, you do need to honor a different perspective so that you can validate and verify your own. And that's the key. When you hear somebody else's words, the first thing you should do is check for the reflection. You know what? I don't agree with this shit. And you know why I don't agree with it? Because it don't blah, 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 blah. And then if you're fine and ain't nothing going on in your life, kudos. But if you sitting in a corner and you traumatized as fuck and you got everything going wrong in your life and somebody tell you something and it's like, hell no, that can't be it, but you ain't done nothing different, then holy shit, slow down. Slow down. Sometimes people offer you fruit, but you don't even know you're hungry. And that's in all facets of life. One thing from my level of thinking is, where you hear me say that this is all source, peace and wholeness. Wholeness. We don't do peace in here. One of my lines of thinking is that if this is me in separation and you are me, there are some of you that are pro me, just like there are some of you that are anti me that likes the separation. You get it? And some of you probably had that experience in your dream. You run into different people in your dream and they represent different parts of your own psyche. Some parts of the psyche be like, no, don't do that. This is the way out. And other parts of your psyche like the turmoil. So they be like, no, come on in. Your life experience works out the same way. You hear me say everybody is a reflection of you in your healing or in your sickness. If I look at you and we're only having a good rapport, you're a representation of my healing only to the extent to where I'm healing myself. If I look at you and you only offer me strife, holy shit, you're a representation of my sickness only to the extent to where I'm healing myself. You get it? If somebody's always, telling you something and I can't stand the way they handle me, but you are being overly pacifying to yourself, then what they're saying might be abrasive to you because you're too nurturing to yourself. Resonance only. So you get it? Everything and everybody has a piece of you and they can offer a piece of you towards your wholeness. But if you ain't working towards your wholeness, the only thing you're going to keep on looking at is separation. It's really that simple. If you're on this Phoenix Firewheel grid and you haven't met a different level of realization into what wholeness is versus what peace has been presented to be, I can't help you. I can't help you, really. So like I said, let's do this real quick. Today is a 1010. Today, 5/17/2023. presents a 1010, and 1010 is source code. It is what's at the core of everything. It is that one seed within myself that keeps on producing these fruits. The core of a traumatic cycle. So since everybody likes signs, we'll stick with that because again, within the separation, there are tools designed to make sense of the separation so that you feel less separated. They're not designed to teach you wholeness. They're just designed to teach you how to move better in separation. So we'll stay forward with this. We'll say Aries. What on today is a potential core programming, deep-rooted trauma that might be bubbling up at the top? 7, self-awareness. This is time. This is the journey. Remember, I keep telling you, 7, self-awareness is based off of your choices. My choices will be the field of time. This is the Chariot card. The Chariot takes you on a journey. 7 itself, if I'm aware of myself, then I know why I'm moving. Remember, if you're dealing with me on this Phoenix Firewheel grid, I told you the whole core for this grid is the word why. Why am I doing anything? This right here, this 7, why? Whatever I give my energy to is going to grow. If I'm giving my energy, remember I just told you, everything is a reflection of your healing or your sickness. If I give my energy into sick things, then I'm only growing sickness. If I give my energy into healing things, then I'm only growing my healing. It's really that simple. Archangel Metatron, the scribe, taking notes of all of basically a thought energy, taking notes of everything that takes place. You have to take note of everything that takes place. And for years, I've already told y'all that Akashic Records, from my perspective, is bullshit. You need to lessen the amount of accounts in that motherfucking book. If you're going to subscribe to the Book of Names, the Book of Dead, St. Peter got a list, and the Akashic Records, and all my stories have already been foretold. If you're going to subscribe to that bullshit, you better start taking your time out of that shit, or else you're going to forever be in there. You're sponsoring your own infinity by telling yourself that you have lesson after lesson after lesson, when each lesson after lesson after lesson is only lessening and lessening and lessening you. Why? Because you've already created the field of time. What's time? This is my energy. The more time you give to everything outside of you, the less time you have for yourself. Let your life tell your tale on that one. You know what? I got 12 appointments today. I ain't got no time for myself. Why? Because I gave all my time to everything else. You're doing that here on a much deeper scale than just your mundane bullshit. So Aries, if you don't start figuring out the journey itself, and remember I keep telling you there is no journey. There's only choice. Before I move, you got to show me why. You got to show me why. And then even when you show me why, it's still my choice. Aries, what are you giving your time to? I ain't going nowhere. Really. It's just that it's like I said, with this year of a 7, and I've been telling you that, since last year, in this year, a lot of people are going to unravel and become better at being bad on some levels, because again, I've told y'all for years, I am the reflection of all things. Carrying that role, I can see some of y'all more than you see yourself, and it gets sad to watch. It really do. And you could call that ego if you want to, but it gets sad to watch some of y'all really buy into some of the most fucktardedest of shit and think that it's real. It's especially as a parent, it's like, holy shit, baby, please stop. But you can't tell a fool that they've been fooled until they get tired of fooling themselves. So it gets hard to watch sometimes because, look at this world. Look at the shit that's going on. You got millionaires that's doing hood rat shit. You got billionaires that's doing hood rat shit. You understand what I'm saying? And it's like the more fucked up this world get, the better people feel. We are really caught in a cycle of stupidity. It's idiocracy. We said that shit when Trump got elected. Idiocracy, that movie where Terry Crews was President Camacho. Motherfuckers, that's where we're at. Only it's worse. Bad is good and good is worse now. It's crazy out here, and motherfuckers are trying to find stability in crazy, which means they are looking crazy while still feeling stable. Contrarian speak. So again, it's as a watcher, I watch time because again, this is my energy, and I get to see the intimacy of everybody else's energy. It's like you wasting your motherfucking time, but that's what the fuck you believe, and belief is one of the strongest things in this fucking realm. Why? Because it's energetic investment, and whatever you invest your energy to can become real, even if you never see it. Even if you don't get a return, it's only going to keep returning to you because you'll fund a lie. So enough rambling. 7, Aries, the whole problem is your self-awareness. If you were only growing cancers within yourself, you'll forever be sick. Sorry, Aries. If you don't have a better sense of time based off of your awareness, the only thing you're doing is growing more cancers. More shit you got to heal from. More Akashic lessons that you're going to have to learn to go through. I could go places with that, but I ain't going to do it. Fuck it, I'll do it. As a parent, would you watch your children struggle? Some of y'all will say, yeah. But as a parent, if it was in my ability to provide for my children, would you watch them struggle? Ta-da. But see, that ain't the way. See, and in the sense to where you sponsor some bullshit behind reality, you the fucking illusion. If you can come up with some cockamamie bullshit on why you will allow your children to struggle, or my understanding ain't great enough to know why, you're the reason why there's a struggle. Oops. Bullshit. So from there, we go from Aries, where your head is already on fire, into Taurus, where you're stubborn, stuck in some bullshit. Oops. Stuck in some bullshit. See what happened here? We took 1-7 and it became 2-7. You in duality, motherfucker. You done took your time and you done gave that shit into everything else. Now you're enslaved. Bonjour, mademoiselle. What's up, Barbara? So you see, you are already enslaved. For years, my dealings with this entity here, the Leviathan, was, even though this shit's an illusion, even that shit you got taught wasn't real. That motherfucker that y'all think is going to come save y'all is the motherfucker the reason why you here. Oops, let me stop that though. Let me stop that. See, that too, that reflection of what you think you are, but what you think you are is only making you become less, is the reason why you keep getting more. I'll say that for some of y'all who are kind of slow. The reason why there is more is because you keep giving more into the same shit that only gives you less. Relationships, governments, corporations, banks. I can keep going. It's not that simple. You're right. It's that hard. Because you rather invest in something that has already told you, I'm going to kill you. I'm going to enslave you. I'm going to take your energy. But I'm going to find myself in that. You only find yourself enslaved. You only find yourself lost. If you start out in bullshit, you will eventually become the bull. Why? Because you conform to the conditions. So Taurus energy, what you might want to watch out for today is that same shit that you think is enslaving you. If you don't have accountability and awareness of where it was your choice to keep giving it your energy, you might be lost. So we took 1-7 and turned it into 2-7, which 27, 2 plus 7 is 9. 9 mean you're already under control. Perspective. And no disrespect intended and no insensitivity. I'm just authentically who I am. And what you said, that's bullshit that she did that. I won't go as far as saying she sold her soul. She just got lost to her choices. But in any event, sold her soul, got lost in her choices. She put you and your siblings in a harm cycle. And shit that should not happen to anybody happened. But, my dear goddess, you made it through. You do not have to let that event that was designed to tear you apart stop you from holding yourself together. But to go further, don't hold yourself together based off of those bad times, those bad experiences. Stay present. Understand that that shit's already occurred. Start from now and make sure that you stay present so that you don't fall into the same cycles that she fell into that produce those choices. Now, understanding what I said, I did not say watch out to not become her. It's just stay present within yourself and honor your own wholeness. Only give your energy into things that show you the better side of life and living. And then those type of energies are already dismissed. But what a lot of people do is I don't want to become my parent or I don't want to become this. And you're already them because the only thing you're doing is watching to not become them. So you're never here. You're always there, stuck in the past. And then not only does the disdain you have for the parent stay present, but the disdain for the experiences, karma, that was prior to that product still stay present too. Then it becomes a fight. Then it becomes an energetic fight. You don't have presence. And I can spell that in many different ways. You don't have a gift, you don't have presence, and you don't have a present because you're just trying to make sure that you don't become your past. So this is what I tell people all the time. And again, it's not just as simple as wording, but it's not as hard as trying to find a way to do it too. You just have to understand that what happened. That's not who I am. That was the experiences I've been through. Fuck that. What's going on now? What's going on now has to be based off of why. Can't change any shit that happened, but you know what? I cannot let what happened keep changing me. That is the problem with this planet. It has been taught and told and sold on some system where you have to have reclamation and reconciliation and vindication and validation, all bullshit cyclic energies. No, it happened. I'm here. I'm not going through it again because I'm not going to keep going back to it forever, if that makes sense. So just stay present and you won't be trapped in the energy. You'll only stay contained within yourself. And then the only thing that's going to trap you in an energy like the shit that she showed you is you subscribing to what you saw. Resonance only. And I'm not trying to dismiss the severity of the situation, but my love, if you are here, you've already passed. You've already passed that test. So stop showing up for fucking school. And that's for any and everybody, not just you. That's for any and everybody. Anything that you already been through, motherfucker, it's over. Been to war twice. It's over. I'm here. I'm too fucking delicious. Real talk. So from there, Taurus, if you keep enslaving yourself to the shit that has already shitted on you, holy shit, you get split into the shit. Gemini, I'm now the shit that shitted on me, but I'm also the person that want to be free. You've already created 3 struggles. First of all, you see yourself in multiplicity. Second of all, you want to fight the hard shit. And then third of all, you haven't fully invested into staying out of the shit altogether. So Gemini, cut the fucking war in your mind. Remember, I keep telling you, 8, the number of struggle is a war in your head. Stop struggling with who you are based off of what you've been through, and then you get to just be you. So Gemini, just be you. Holy shit, just be you. See what happened here? Told you 8 is a struggle. The potential went all the way to the struggle, and that struggle becomes your reality. But look what happened. 2 plus 7 is 9. 1 plus 8 is 9. If you get caught in the Taurus trap, if you get stuck in shit, and the shit enslaves you, the only thing that becomes your reality, I already said it, the only shit that becomes your reality is the shit. Why? Because La Luna, the moon, your emotions, your energy and movement, the only thing you're moving under is the same shit that has already got you enslaved. Remember, I just told you with the Gemini, you already fucked yourself on 3 levels because you see yourself from multiple angles. None of them are you. There's just a summation of your choices and experiences. None of them. On a core programming like today, none of the shit you keep investing in that has truly shown you how to sit your punk ass down and be still, none of that shit is you. That's just your traumas. And if you keep feeding your traumas, remember I told you at the beginning, you're going to keep on growing cancers. So I won't be surprised if another growth type card come up. So when you start honoring the reality of your illusions, the only thing you keep growing is your illusions. So here comes Cancer. Oops, it's a 7. The only thing you keep growing is that 7. But remember, I already told you, you already pulled apart. You're not a true 7. You're not growing time. You're chasing the pieces of what you gave your energy to. You are only guided by your fire. You're only guided by your fire. Remember, I just told you, your fires are already attached to your emotions because you think that you have to fight the shit that already has shown you less by showing it more. I'm not going to use that analogy because that's dating myself, but yeah, fuck it, I'll do it. There was this, one of Superman's, arch nemesis back in the 70s and 80s. I think his name was Parasite Man, but whatever his name was, if you hit him, he'd absorb the punch and he gets stronger. Whatever you hit him with, he'd eat it and become stronger. That's how your traumas do. Some of y'all feed your trauma so much that you don't understand that your traumas are only taking your energy and getting better at taking you. Remember, they already told you, you don't know who you are? I'll show you. 2 is reflection. I'll show you who you are, but I got to enslave you first. Once I enslave you, I'll teach you reality. How am I going to teach you reality? Because I'll be the only thing fucking guiding you. And if I'm the only thing guiding you, but I'm your sickness, holy shit, am I not a fucking Cancer? It's a crab. You right. Y'all here eating dead man. For those of y'all here in South Carolina, you should understand that when you go crabbing, you take dead man. You take the motherfucking dead ass chicken and shit. And you got that part of the crab called dead man that you ain't supposed to eat. Some of y'all eat dead man every fucking day. You are guided by dead man. Sorry. And since you are guided by dead man, dead ass energies, the only thing that you give in your power is dead ass shit. Because the only thing that was moving you was your fucking emotions. But what was your emotions? Your trauma. So Cancer, your deeper programming is, Don't be guided by your fires, because everything that you speak on and everything that you receive and everything you see is already traumatized. But again, if everything I see is traumatized, then if everything I see is traumatized, but holy shit, where was the fire? Already within me, because it's in my hand. If everything is burning me, but everything is me, who's burning me? I'll give you the answer. Me. So Leo, the sense of ego, energy being generated and operated. Holy shit, where'd the energy come from? Me. So who's going to have to be responsible? Oh, egoic asses. You. But that ain't a common Leo trait. Leos are very good at making everything about them without taking accountability for themselves. Highly powerful, but feed better off of everybody else's energy. No disrespect. So let's just see if Leo, your core programming of where you need to get power from others is the fact that you won't keep your power to yourself. Oops. You won't keep your power to yourself, you magician, so you'll need to alchemize everybody else by creating people to give you the energy that you won't give yourself. Break that down slowly. Your core trauma, possibly as a Leo, is that you generate the energy to produce an experience so that you can learn who you are through the experience. You see the foolishness in that? If I don't know who I am before I go into an experience, holy shit, that motherfucker's going to teach me. But what is he going to teach you? The trauma of your choices. I'm telling y'all this for almost a decade. You are not the summation of your experiences. Same thing I was telling Star. You're not the summation of your experiences. You're the totality of your choices. And even in the sense to where you are thrown into an experience that you did not choose, the next motherfucking movement is yours. So if everything I know from the Leo standpoint is I want to get out here and rule over everything, but I got to create everything to rule over because Leo represents the sun. I'm going to give you my light, but I'm going to come back and take it back when I need it. That's dangerous. The fact that you don't have true awareness of yourself will mean you'll keep getting out here and know everything and everybody else. Ego don't have to exist. I'm not telling you to kill ego. Ego is just energy being generated and operated, but ego does not have to exist to such a fashion to where it is the only way that you can learn. If you sit your punk ass down and be still, you don't need your higher self or your fucking ego. You just need you. But that's a hard concept for y'all to grasp because it's not what you got taught. And knowledge does what? Shh. Knowledge puts your ass in a cycle. Holy shit. Keep putting me in a cycle because everything I know that's burning me is the same shit I'm going to use to keep producing my light. What was the problem? It's already burnt you. So you've already instituted a resurrection cycle, Virgo energy. You keep on dying to the same shit that's killing me so I can learn to live more vigorously. Just so I can die again. At this point, I would like to submit that probably the Virgo subscription to glamorize spirituality, the fact that you probably believe in most of this bullshit out here, such as Akashic systems and twin flames and soul ties and soul tribes and star seeds and the Pleiadians and all that other shit. The fact that you are probably easily roped in to some of these systems designed to keep you from roping yourself back in. That's probably your core programming. Gullibility. You are easily deceived. 3, the thoughts can easily trick you because why? You don't see yourself. All you see is the summation of what you know, when all you know has been shit that has been guiding you through your fires, and yet your investment in you being burnt, being reality, means that you still enslaved to growing more cancers. See how that worked out? So Virgo, if you ain't able to get out of your own head and figure out who you are, you're going to forever keep working for your traumas. But if I know who I am, there'll be less traumas that can traumatize me. And in those instances where I do come into contact with things that do traumatize me, holy shit, once again, I still got the next choice. See, didn't lie to you, didn't tell you that every day's going to be a bed of roses, just told you that here in this chaos realm, you have to be responsible for your choices. And when you make a choice and it does not show you what you want to see, quit fucking seeing it. Ta-da. Quit fucking seeing it or trick yourself into becoming Libra. I'm going to establish balance. I'm going to establish balance with what? I'm going to establish balance with everything that lie to me. This is what a lot of y'all do. And this ain't just Libra. This is every fucking sign. Somebody could tell you their fucking truth, which is basically, hey, I'm not going to be shit for you. I'm going to lie to you. I'm going to cheat on you. I'm probably going to fuck your sister or something like that. No, see, we're going to establish balance because, see, I can break and change you from your cycles. But wait a minute. I already told you who I am. I already told you I'm not good for you. I already told you, government, I'm going to take your children, probably exploit them. I'm going to take all your funds and your benefits and give them to people who look like me and who make the same amount of money as me and then leave you struggling. But I love you. You love me? Yeah, let's find balance. Okay. Now you energetically invested into what's harming you, which means, holy shit, by choice, you harming yourself. Oops, Kali Ma, you are one step away from fucking destruction. Kali Ma, many different angles you can look at it from. She's the feminine aspect of Shiva. She is the destructive side of Shiva needed to destroy others so that he can prepare to destroy himself. Or if you want to go the other route, she is the destructive side of Pavarotti as she gets ready to destroy everything that's destroying everybody else. Which means there was already a lot of fucking destruction. In any event, Kali represents destruction where you think there's fucking order. Remember I told you, you trying to find balance, Libra, with something that I already told you it's going to fuck you over, mean you fucking yourself over. Because order is balance. But order and chaos ain't balance. Y'all a lot of yourself about that one, though. See, you got to have order. You got to have light with the dark. Whatever. You got to have light with the dark if you want to keep producing death. Holy shit, what I just tell you? Kali Ma is about to introduce you to death. What's death, Scorpio? Scorpio is going to show you death because Scorpio only wants revenge on everything that lied to it without taking accountability. Who grew this fucking experience? You did it to yourself. You gave your time. So don't get out here and want vindication and validation from everything else that you think that done pulled you apart. When, oops, Scorpio, you didn't hold yourself together. You didn't hold yourself together, so now that you need to put yourself in order. But let's just see what happens, Scorpio. You should have held yourself together. That way you won't need to come back out here and harm anybody else where you've already taken harm within yourself. Oops. Delusional than a motherfucker. Delusional than a motherfucker. You got stuck in balance. Retribution. Vindication. Validation. Another chance. Holy shit. Recycle. Boop. 7. Holy shit. 7. Delusional as fuck. You delusional because you think you're going to establish order. You basically trying to play Thanos. You're going to get out here and destroy half of creation because the other half is going to be better than this half. Now, this half will become the other half. I was having this conversation the other day just to get off for a second. People think that if you get rid of half of a population and only keep the people who are better fit for what you want, once you get rid of half of the people who was not a good fit, the psychic energy from the people you got rid of will still permeate in the people who you thought was a good fit. You get it? In the sense of where if you take away somebody's family member who you thought was going to be a good fit, you now introduce them to trauma. So now he went from being a good fit to a misfit. So you can kill half, and then the half that you thought was good now eats the energy of the half that you thought was bad, and now the good half becomes the bad half, and then you get rid of that half and you have to create. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't work that way. It's all fucking individual choice. You have to be aware of who you are and not be so fucking hell-bent on teaching others what they can be. So that Scorpio energy, you don't need to teach nobody nothing. You just need to stand in your motherfucking perspective and keep you in order. Keep you in order, or else you'll keep falling apart trying to keep everybody else in line. Kali Ma energy. You'll need to be fucking put back in check because you'll go too far within your own self. So from Scorpio, by my charts, we always include Ophiuchus. So from there, you went from death to you went to what's outside of death. The hidden one. What was outside of death? The motherfucker that should have never gave up its time. This was the Aries card. This was the beginning of what we perceive as the zodiac. That's what happened. Holy shit, I created time. Who created time? What came before time? The hidden one. Ophiuchus. What came before time? Ophiuchus, another fucking 7. Just didn't see himself as God. Can't make this shit up. 3 7s in a row. Started with a 7. Keep telling y'all 2023 is beating the fuck out of a lot of y'all. 3 plus 4, 7. The thought that told me to create is what created time. Oops, this is my energy. What is my energy? My thoughts. Where'd they come from? Shh. Don't worry about that, player. Just let me tell you what to think. No, I need to take accountability for what I'm thinking. Holy shit. That means you're going to be responsible for time. Selfishness. Not mindfulness. If you're at mindfulness, there's already things for you to pay attention to. If I'm at selfishness, not my motherfucking circus, not my motherfucking monkeys, you got to show me why. You selfish. That's not the way it's supposed to be. Says who? Says the system that has us torn the fuck apart, or the system that has held us together? Strike that from the records, Your Honor, because they probably don't think that we're torn apart. Oops. So we're at 3 7s in a row. Why? Because you don't understand that you should have stayed hidden from this experiment by stopping hiding from yourself. You should have just had awareness. But because you didn't have awareness of yourself, you had to get out here on a journey and create time. So you went from this Ophiuchus energy into Sagittarius, the hunter. I'm on a journey to find myself. Who are you looking for? Myself. Who are you? Myself. Where are you going? To find myself. But aren't you already you? Yeah, but there's something else. Delusional than a motherfucker. Cosmic schizophrenia. Sagittarian energy. Delusional than a motherfucker. Cosmic schizophrenia. Disconnect from self. Fear. The high priestess. The high priestess is the card that has the greatest connection to higher energy. But wait a minute. Who was the higher energy? See, we're all God in separation, but you got to have a connection to that separation so that you can learn to meet God. Do y'all even hear the shit that come out your mouth? Do you? I don't think so. So because you fear the connection of the dots that show that, holy shit, this is all me, you need to keep creating something that's greater. But I'm going to put myself in position to have a greater connection to what I created without taking responsibilities as the creator, because that creator is always looking out for me, giving honor and glory to God. See what God put together, what the Most High put together, the universe and God. Do y'all even hear yourself? Probably not. Why? Because it's all your thoughts. And once you have already submitted your energy to your thoughts, Sagittarius, your core programming might be the fear of actually facing yourself as one, means that you keep sponsoring a journey of separation. You trick yourself into Capricorn energy of thinking that you can master all of the separation. You think that you can outthink yourself. Probably because you don't know that it's you. That's a dangerous fucking aspect to be in, to think that you're going to outthink yourself. I could cue up plenty of fucking old cartoons where that shit happens, where, you think you got me, huh? And Bugs Bunny or Daffy Duck fighting themselves. Well, take that. Pow. No, you take that. Pow. You fighting yourself. Who gonna win? I am. Who gonna lose? I am. Oops. You become your struggle. The only thing you see, that too, is yourself in separation, which is the struggle. Now you become motivated by the voices in your head. This is the sea hag, the siren. Now you get motivated by the voices in your head, and already got your ass dashed on the rocks. Why? Because your core programming, your motivation is domination. When the only person you're dominating is you, because even in a sense to where somebody does tangibly show up to be your adversary, the fact that you don't have enough common sense to sit your punk ass down and not give up your energy means you are your own worst enemy. And that's a true Capricorn energy. Don't test me, don't try me, because I'll show up. Sorry, sir, ma'am, what did they want? Your energy. What you gonna do? Show up and give it to them? You the fool then. Your motivation of listening to that voice in your head that keeps telling you, show them who you are, means you don't know who the fuck you are. But you're gonna become everything you give your energy to. Traumatized as fuck. Traumatized as fuck, and still, holy shit, 2 + 8, 10, one half of your own code and core. Now you need to separate from yourself. You go into Aquarius energy. I just need to separate from myself so that I can see what's going on. But if you separate from yourself to see what's going on, do you see what's going on, or are you what's going on? Oops. You're what's going on, because you're just going to try and share your healing with yourself. That's a dangerous one for a lot of y'all, really. I'm going to go back and I'm going to heal my inner child. I'm going to go back to where I was age 7, and I'm going to go back and heal that little me so that little me learns to live better. But wait a minute. Let's play time. If you go back and heal little you who went through something, would little you continue to go through the course and journey to get to the current you? Or will that change in event set little you free, and now you no longer fucking exist? Take your time slowly with that one. If everything you've been through led you to where you are now, why the fuck would you change that? Even in the sense to where it was some shit that you thought that you would never and never should have seen. It still afforded you the opportunity to be present. But if you think that you got to go back and share your healing with all your harm, holy shit, where'd you give your energy? To everything that harmed you, instead of understanding, as I said earlier, I've already been through it. I just need to stay present and make sure that the gift is me. M-E, my energy, mental energy, my experience, my existence. Not what I've already been through. But that's how you create a cycle, is you keep sending the same energy from the present into the past, so that the past becomes the present, and the present becomes the past, and then the past gets a chance to become your future. Which means you now everywhere. So Aquarius, stop trying to share your healing with everything that you see as a sickness, and fix the fucking sickness within yourself. Or keep seeing yourself as Pisces. See yourself in separation. I see myself in separation and I don't know which way to go. Don't move. That was the whole problem. If I see myself in separation and I don't know which one of them motherfuckers is me, I need to sit still and figure this shit out before I go on a goddamn journey. Not go on a journey and go through 35 life lessons just to understand who you really are. Your soul mission was set here before you got here. By who? Ignorant. You'll embrace anything that will satiate your fucking fear. If you embrace anything that satiates your fear, whatever is satiating your fear is not only feeding from you, but feeding everything into you. I'll probably have to look it up and repost it, but there was a post I did a few years ago. Hey, goddess. There was a post I did a few years ago about the ant and the aphid. The ants will allow the aphids to live in their colony, and they'll, take some of the sweet nectar that comes off of the aphid, and they allow them a safe space as long as they can feed from the aphid, but the aphid thinks that they're free. But the ants are basically farming and herding them and keep them close so that they got a food source, but allowing them to think that they're safe. That is what your traumas do to you. That is what a lot of things in this existence will do to you. They will give you the thoughts to make you think you safe, as long as you are safely going to alignment with fucking thinking. If you will follow what you're scared of more than you follow the release of that fear, infinite motherfucking energy. 3 and 5, the thoughts will make you move. And once 3 + 5 becomes 8, you can kiss the baby. The thoughts that make you move will become the source of your struggle, but that's irresponsibility, because the thoughts can't make me move unless I stop thinking, unless I stop taking accountability as the thinker. But if I'm moved by every thought that comes in my head, I'm already irresponsible. If I move and create a journey based off of everything I see, then I get everything that I motherfucking thought I saw, even when it does not tangibly become reality. So Remember I told you these signs are limitations. Core programming, once you start to release outside of these limitations, is holy shit, it's all me. But even in saying it's all me, there's still shit that we go through. I acknowledge myself as more than these signs. Even though these signs are still here and energetically have an effect on me, they're still just signs of me in separation. I address myself from wholeness. So even within my wholeness, there is still core programming, because even from the aspect of wholeness, it's wholeness within separation. Still something hidden. You still are only seeing a reflection of the zero. What I tell you the reflection of the zero was, the reflection of a zero is an 8. You're still only seeing within the struggle. And I'll honor that. I still only see within the struggle, but guess what? I don't become the struggle. I don't try and find my limitations within the struggle so that I struggle less. I understand that the struggle is present, but what part of that got a goddamn thing to do with me? And why? Try that, motherfuckers. Peace. No. Wholeness. Y'all motherfuckers like peace.